So a lot of the contact center managers and customer experience managers and leaders I talk to tell me things like, we simply cannot meet our management objectives given that our best agents are tied up all the time in routine queries. And this is the day-to-day challenge of every contact center, and that especially with interactions where some reasonable fraction of them involve human agents. It's because those are blocked resources. Once they're blocked, they can't be used for something else. So it's very frustrating because, for example, for consumer service organizations that work with us, like Marley or e-commerce companies like Vida, some of the biggest e-commerce and consumer service delivery companies in the world are using our platform. And for those organizations, it's an imperative to have 80% five-star reviews. And you want to be 4.3 or above on average, meaning that you can't have too many ones either, right? Mixing into that average. Or they might put the management goal somewhat differently. It might be that the NPS score has to go up. NPS is Net Promoter Score, which is correlated, of course, to the reviews that you'll get. So, the goal itself could be stated using different KPIs. But achieving either of those, if your agents are tied up with routine tasks, is really, really difficult. And unfortunately, if you do not prioritize correctly which agents should deal with which categories of tasks and incoming queries, then you're going to have a problem. And I think this is the way to deal with this challenge, and with the way I see some contact centers dealing with it really, really well, is not to aim for an average SLA. So you could achieve 80% of your queries going to an agent within 20 seconds. You could achieve a high first-time contact resolution score, right? But that only means you're doing it on average. It still means that some large percentage of the time, some of your most important queries and customers are waiting an absolutely unacceptable time. For example, when you have a Monday morning peak. So I think bottom of this dashboard should be your average SLAs, and top of your dashboard should be your high priority SLAs. And I see that working out very, very well when it's done. But that means you have to be crystal clear, and it's a very hard decision. I mean, the people we deal with in the contact center, they know all of what processes they do, which ones are most important. And it's a hard decision to go, no matter what, when the shit hits the fan, as they say, when it's really busy on a Monday morning or whatever, no matter what, it's only these three things that we prioritize. Like only customers who tried to cancel their contract recently, only those with a high expected lifetime value, only those who have a big problem on an order. I'm making those ones up, but they're fairly common, at least in e-commerce and consumer services. And you have to go those three. And the next fourth one, you'll go, oh, that one's really important too. We can't leave those customers. And the fifth one, and the 10th one, still important. But you have to go, but there must be a prioritization there. And I think that's the way, because then your management goal has been redefined. You've communicated to the rest of the stakeholders in the organization that you can't always have everybody getting answered in 20 seconds and have high first-time resolution. What you can always do is deal with these three categories really, really well. And then most of the time, when things are not so busy, you're going to deal with all the remaining ones as well as can possibly be done. And I think that's really the key that I see to solving this problem.